Perceived social support of Research Methodology 1 students from the Physical Therapy Program 2017 to 2018. Brought to you by Group 12 of Section 4 PTB. Perceived social support. The topic being explored is the perceived social support among University of Santo Tomas College of Rehabilitation Sciences Physical Therapy students academic year 2017 and 2018. Introduction and background of study. Social support. Perception and actuality of the one is cared for, has reliable assistance from others, and that one is part of a supportive social network. Low social support may mean physical and psychological disorders. In this study, we examine the concept of social support as it relates to health and well-being of the students of physical therapy in UST-CRS. Objectives. To describe the perceived social support of College Rehabilitation Sciences physical therapy students of academic year 2017 and 2018. Our specific objectives are the following. Specific Objective A, to describe perceived and social support of physical therapy students based on their perceived quality of their own health. Specific Objective B, to describe the perceived support of physical therapy students based on their perceived change of health from a year prior to answering survey. Specific Objective C, to determine using the mean of the scores from the questions pertaining to a particular source of social support from which source physical therapy students receive the most social support. Methodology. This involves the description of participants, study design, data gathering procedures, and data analysis. The study design used is cross-sectional descriptive. This study design is a form of descriptive observational methodology. This is because the study design has the objective of determining the prevalence of a condition in certain populations. In this case, the condition is perceived social support, and the population is the students of Physical Therapy Department of UST-CRS. This case fulfills this objective in a non-experimental manner, as it changes no variables, rather only focusing on the variable of interest. In addition, the gathering of data occurred only for a single window of time for the students to take a questionnaire. The data is quantitative, the objective is descriptive, and the method is observational. Participants. All participants are physical therapy students of UST-CRS. Participants by gender. 63.65% are female and 34.35% are male. Participants by age. The following pie chart shows the demographic split of participants by their age. Data gathering procedures. 2 questionnaires were utilized in this study. One is the short form 36. The short form 36 was utilized to collect data regarding the health of the students, specifically their current perceived health, as well as how they perceived their health had changed over the last year. The second is the multidimensional scale of perceived social support by Zimmett, Dalem, Zimmett, and Farley as a source of data for perceived social support. Data analysis. Descriptive statistics is what was used for presenting all data gathered. In the SF-36 survey form, the higher the score, the more negative it is. In the multidimensional scale of perceived social support, all the questions in the questionnaire are positive in nature, so the higher the score, the more social support is perceived. For objectives A and B, the mean of the subgroup and total category were taken from the social support and health perception. Then, by using the following guidelines, each score was classified under low, moderate, and high. Every score is over a total of 7. For objective C, the results were taken by adding the scores of all the questions in each category for each student, and then getting the mean of the total category score of all students, which is over 28. Results. Among physical therapy students who had very good and excellent perceived health, 69.57% have a high level of social support, 26.09% have a moderate level of social support, and the remaining 4.35% have a low level of social support. Among physical therapy students who had good and fair perceived health, 45.10% have a high level of social support, 49.02% have a moderate level of social support, and the remaining 5.88% have a low level of social support. Physical therapy students who had somewhat or much better change in perceived health over the past year, 75.53% have a high level of social support, 14.71% have a moderate level of social support, and the remaining 11.67% have a low level of social support. Among physical therapy students who relatively had no change in perceived health over the last year, 59% had a high level of social support and 41% had a low level of social support. Among physical therapy students who had somewhat worse change in perceived health over the past year, 47.37% have a high level of social support, 47.37% have a moderate level of social support, and the remaining 5.26% have a low level of social support. Based on results from specific objective C, the perceived social support is highest in friends, followed by family, followed by significant other. Conclusion. This means that students with moderate and high levels of social support are the most prevalent in the entire physical therapy population, while students with low level of social support comprise of only a small minority. A difference lies, however, in the fact that moderate level of social support is more prevalent in students with good or fair health. In the population of PT students, a trend exists in which the proportion of the students with a moderate level of social support grew from the subgroups of physical therapy students who experience improvement to consistency to worsening of their health over the past year. In addition, students with a low level of social support remain the smallest minority across all three subgroups. This shows that most physical therapy students have friends as their best source of social support, followed by family, and students perceive the last social support from their significant other. Implication of study. Data gathered from this study can be a tool to improve the outlook and life of physical therapy students. The study gave an increase in awareness of the perceived support among physical therapy students. The study provides data for reference in designing a better social support program which will aid the physical therapy students to improve their support system in order to improve their health. The study can provide data for future research. The study gave an idea to researchers how students in the physical therapy program cope with their everyday problems.